Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Now we're going to go to my TULI. Bye-bye. Circumcision or TULI in the Filipino community is a long-standing tradition and rite of passage for boys. It's a major step toward adulthood in Filipino culture. Circumcision is a medical procedure for boys. Usually, babies undergo circumcision shortly after birth. It began as a religious rite, but nowadays, people get circumcised for religious, medical, and cultural reasons. There are several benefits to circumcision, including lower risk of diseases like urinary tract infections. In the United States, up to 60% of baby boys are circumcised. Around the world, the rate is about 33% of males. The highest rate of circumcision are in the US, Middle East, and South Korea. It's much less common in Europe, other parts of Asia, and South America. Jewish and Muslim people perform circumcision as a part of their religions. The most famous story of circumcision of the Jewish people is in the Bible, the circumcision of Papa Jesus. In the Philippines, 93% of the boys between the age 10 to 13 get circumcised. It's not performed right after birth as some other countries do it. It is believed to be done when the boy is more mature, kind of initiation of becoming young adult. There's two methodologies for performing circumcision within the Filipino community: the traditional method and the more modern method in a hospital. In the traditional method, the boy will go to a local circumciser who first distracts the boy by having them chew guava leaves. Then, the circumciser performs the procedure with a traditional knife. Once the procedure is done, the boy washes off in the cold waters of a nearby river and applies the guava leaves as a poultice to the wound. The other method is the hospital way, where the procedure is done in hospital or health centers with more sterilized equipment and environment. Since I am born to a more traditional Filipino family, they want me to experience the Filipino way of TULI. However, since we are more spoiled here in America, my experience is a lot different. Let me call my mom so we could tell you more about my experience of having TULI in America. So guys, I have my mom here with me, and first I'm going to give you a backstory. When I was born, I wasn't TULI yet, so because Mommy and Daddy decided to wait until I'm in the Philippines. Except, since the virus is here, we had to do it in America.
We never had a chance to go back home and have him TULI there. So Josh&Sarah has a Filipino pediatrician, so which she knows every Filipino way of TULI. So we talked to him since Josh is already 10 and a half, and they cannot do it anymore, but a pediatric urology can. So she gave us a referral to talk to a urologist, and then when we went to urologist, she talked to us about having TULI here in America, which we immediately scheduled for it. So can you tell him what have you been through to get your TULI done?
Then I had the preparations, then the COVID test.
Yeah, first he needs to go on a COVID testing.
Okay.
Before the procedure, like 2 days before the procedure,
Yes.
he got his COVID testing to make sure that he has a negative result before going to the hospital to have his procedure done.
Then
how did you feel?
it hurt.
It hurt. Yeah. We went on a drive-through COVID testing in Johns Hopkins Hospital, which is really quick.
Yes, it's really quick. And today I'm going to be doing COVID testing.
What is your first name? You get something? You okay?
Maybe nervous. Maybe he's nervous.
Yeah. What's his name?
Joseph.
Joseph? Perfect. I'm gonna have you pull your mask down, okay? Pull your mask down. We're gonna do this together. So this just gonna go in your nose to get some boogies and some snot, okay? The whole thing is not gonna go in there. Okay, so pull your mask back down. Here we go. We're gonna do it on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Really good. That's it. All done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can check myself for his results, okay?
Okay.
So guys, I already had my COVID testing. It was really fast, and that was for the preparation for my procedure on Tuesday. It did hurt a little bit at first, but after a while it went away.
And then after that, when we got the that was Sunday, so Monday we got the result, and they talked about us going to the hospital, the time and the schedule. So when the nurse told us that we need to be in the hospital at 9:30, she told me that Josh needs to fast. What time? When was the last time you ate? That night.
Before 12?
Yeah, before 12, and they said he cannot have any more food in the morning, but he can have only clear liquids
Until
7:30.
Yeah,
Yeah, 7:30, because the scheduled procedure is going. We need to be in the hospital by 9:30, so it's like 2 hours before the procedure.
And then
So we went to the hospital.
at the hospital. Over there.
Come on.
Yes, we went to the hospital.
By 9:30, we checked in. Right? Do you still remember that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Hindi siya makalakas ng boses dati. So we were in the waiting area, and then the nurse called us. This is around like 10 o'clock already.
Yes,
Right,
because,
and then
because he didn't know how to use the machine.
Yeah, this is computerized, like a lot of yeah. So and then we went to inside. We were called around like past
We were
10
called.
already. Yeah, we were called to another check in by the secretary, and then we went inside the. What's that? Like a waiting room. It's actually the patient room already,
Yes.
where we have to wait there again. Josh changed his clothes into a what? To a
Donald Duck.
to Donald Duck gown.
Said McDonald's.
It's a hospital gown. Yeah. And they walk through us every procedure that he needs to undergo that day. Like, I need to sign a lot of paperwork. Yes. We talk.
Now I'm ready.
We talked to like 3 nurses. 3 nurses talked to us about the what will going to happen, and we also have the anesthesiology. Why?
Because I wasn't able to eat.
No, you had the because they're going to put him to sleep. He went to sleep. He had the general anesthesia, but I think they only used the gas to
Yes.
put him to sleep.
Yes, they did.
But while waiting, we were talking about having TULI in the Philippines, like how they do it in the Philippines, very quick. We don't have to wait that long. Because I think that was already like, we were waiting like 9, 10, 11, like 2 hours already. But if he's in the Philippines, we told him that if he's in the Philippines, it's already done by that time. But since we did it in the hospital, so it took us, and we don't have any idea too.
More than 30 hours.
Yeah.
And while waiting, I just remembered that there was Dr. Bo, the clown.
Yes, who performed a magic trick. And we were like laughing, right? We were, because I think they were there because they know that every patient is like feel nervous, you know. Right? Because I saw you you were like laughing. He was laughing, so I was like, maybe he already forget what's going to happen. And then finally the doctor, the surgeon, the pediatric urologist came and talked to us about what will happen. And finally the nurses and the anesthesiologists wheeled him to the operating room. So Daddy and I went back to the waiting room, and then after like 15 minutes we received a text message from one of the nurses that they said that the patient is fine, that they're going to start the procedure. And then after that, like 30-40 minutes, they said the procedure is done. And then we saw the surgeon walking through us and talk to us about the post-operation care, the discharge.
Yeah.
Yes, and then everything that we need to know about the TULI after the TULI. So we just to make sure that we're going to take care of the wounds and never get any infection. And then we waited for another 10 minutes, but while waiting, I want to ask Josh what he can remember that day. Do you remember, like, when they took you to the operating room? Did you remember anything?
Yes, I did.
What?
So, right before they put me to sleep, we were sort of telling jokes to each other right before But the last one that I could remember is that they said, why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
What?
And they said it was because it was stuck in the crack. I was trying to figure that one out,
And
and then I just forgot about everything else.
and then because you fell asleep. Yeah, you fell asleep already. And then the receptionist called me and brought me to him. So I saw him still sleeping, like sound asleep. I waited for like 30 minutes or so, yeah. But he's still sleeping. He was. Josh is still sleeping. Finally, he woke up, but it's like long. The nurses who was with him was really yeah, was really telling me that they had a hard time putting him to sleep at first, and then she said that maybe he will be sleeping there for 2 hours, but they said they're fine. They don't want me to wake him up. They said just let him wake up by himself. But and then maybe like how many hours is that? Like 2 hours? Is that 2 hours? He woke up. It's just like move. he just like moved. So we were like, oh, don't be like moving like that. And yeah, we asked him if he wants anything, and he didn't like. He doesn't want anything but water. So I forgot to tell you, when I saw him on the bed, he still got an oxygen mask, like a ventilator, and then he still got his IV on. It's just for the TULI. That's very big difference from here to the Philippines. In the Philippines, they don't even give you something, anesthesia or something to make you numb.
So, all in all, 9:30 when we did the check-in, we had to leave at about
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock
3
p.m.
o'clock.
It took us like 6 hours.
Yes, hours.
Yes. And then Daddy has to get the car,
And then park it in
park
front.
in the front of the hospital. And then, did you walk?
No.
You did not walk? Yeah, he did not walk because he was in the wheelchair pushed by one of the transporter.
Hindi siya maglakad. Dadaan, kuya. Make sure na hindi mababak yan.
Guys, now I'm done and I still need to take a shower, but I'll tell you what they did to me later. Bye! So, guys, I hope we gave you some ideas of how TULI works here in America and in the Philippines. And, Mommy, thank you for remembering everything.
Oh, it's my
And
pleasure.
and thank you that I did it when
Yeah,
I
you
was
did
older.
it well. Yeah, you did it now.
Because if it was just when I was born, I wouldn't remember anything.
Yes, you'll never have the experience. And one more thing, if you notice, he's wearing these shorts just like back home in the Philippines. I remember see those boys wearing a very big size of shorts.
I'm wearing daddy shorts.
You know why.
So guys, if you like that video, please click the like and subscribe button down below. And please share us your TULI experience in the comments down below too. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll get notified when we have a new video. So guys, thank you for watching. Bye!